Everybody, yeah. Welcome to PropAholics. It's a beautiful early Thursday. We're doing the show early tonight because I have a special members-only PropAholics post show and after-hours Q&A going down immediately after this show. So, yeah. I'm adding in members tonight. I'm starting this stream earlier. If you're wondering why I wasn't live in the afternoon, is because I wanted to do this stream earlier and then follow it with members. Your boy had to get a workout in. I had to get a fucking lift on, bro. Your boy's 196 today and still repping 225 for 11 on incline, bro. So big night of streaming. We'll be here for PropAholics for probably about 2 hours. And then we'll do a good 30, 40-minute members only stream. So I got the plan of plans. The plan of all plans. And I'm looking forward to it, man. Hope you guys have been well. Hope you guys are here enjoying Dinner Time Live. I am spoiling the community with a night full of content. You know, the usual in-depth analysis, but on top of it, we will be bringing the absolute thunder with some action and fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm making it a beautiful show per usual. So you guys know the drill. We're going to go fight by fight and we're going to talk about the card. It's an updated pick show. Why is that? Because Javid Basharat has a brand new opponent. I will be talking about this new opponent and we'll be looking into him live on the show with you guys. I think that'd be a kind of an enjoyable thing. You guys can watch along. I might throw on one of his recent fights so we can get an idea who this fucking guy is. Now, do I expect a guy who's a natural flyweight coming in on short notice to beat Javid Basharat? No. I'd probably just blindly pick Javid Basharat, but still worth the while. Luan Lacerda versus Hetra Souza now. I'm surprised Luan Lacerda is still around. I guess he did win his last fight. I guess that's true. He did win his last fight. Wow. Wow. Rinya Nakamura out. Rinya Nakamura on his way down and out, man. That's unfortunate. If you guys tuned into the stream last night, it was the definition of madness. I was live at the same time Guru made his comeback stream. So we were just chilling, having a relaxed Q&A. The numbers jumped crazy towards the end and it ended up being one of the biggest ever non-fight companion donation streams of all time. Outside of fight companions and Moneyline, it was in at the very least the top 5, but I think it might have been top 3, potentially even number 2 all time. So yeah, lots of good things, man. I'm feeling very blessed. I love you, savages. I really appreciate the support. I see you guys in chat. Thank you, animals. Wait, who did they replace the road to UFC? What the fuck is this? Who did they replace him with? I got to change the style. Hold on. What the hell? Who did they replace him with? Who's replacing Aaron Tao? Bro, the extra, we went 2 hours and like what, 10 minutes yesterday? Amazing. Well worth it. So well worth it. AJ made $1 million yesterday. Cha-ching. One day I'll be lucky enough and somebody will donate some disgusting amount of money. Like, can you imagine if, I don't know, Mark Zuckerberg becomes a big fan of the channel and he's just sending like $500,000 donos every couple of weeks? Hey, damn near 180 minute, Jay. I'm doing it right for the people, man. It's going to be a long night of fun. Why is Lawner Kavanaugh fighting Morono? Because Kyoji Horiguchi said he needs to follow through with this weekend's fight. Aiden Ross comes in and donates like 300K. I'd just be fucking blown away. I would be just like, I don't know. I was like that. You're just going prop crazy in the Super Bowl. What you got from him, AJ? We're going to make some magic happen, Jared. If you guys normally tune into PropAholics, which I'm sure a majority do, you guys know the fucking drill. And I will emphasize this point to all of you right now. Vote in the damn poll. Please vote in the poll. It really helps get a wider range of takes. And the goal of this show is to bring interactivity to the forefront of the MMA analysis side of things, that you guys are a part of it. Everybody wants to tell you what they're thinking, but I want to hear what you're thinking. So that is the definition of why PropAholics, I think, has become a cult classic. I expect the numbers to continue to rise. It's not like the show's been around that long. It's one of my newer shows, and I'm all in when I got the shirt for it. You know what I'm saying? So within the next couple minutes, we'll start with fight number one. I'll do a couple more questions. But yes, if you just tuned in, the stream is earlier, but that means I'm staying on late tonight. Following this stream will be the PropAholics members only after hours Q&A. What I plan on bringing to the PropAholics after hours is continuing the conversation. And if there is enough requests, I am more than willing to consider bringing a couple of guests on. But my rule of thumb that I'm going to tell you guys for the follow-up show, the members only, I'm going to have to set a timer at like 2.5 minutes per person, because if it is a popping show in the members Q&A after hours, I just feel bad about not giving everybody a chance to get in. So undecided if we're doing guests or not in the members show. Depends on the request to the chat. If not, I'll just stick around and conversate with you guys for a good half hour, 45 minutes after this. So yeah, that is the plan. We're making it all happen. SWAT, thank you for becoming a member. You savage. You've been in chat, chatting it up for a bit. And don't think I haven't noticed. I've been seeing you. And I really do appreciate you deciding to member up. So W, make sure you join the Discord. And listen, I got a member stream after this stream. So let's go. W, SWAT. Since you missed lunchtime, I think a good Q&A would suffice. I think so, Swerve. And I think a nice members Q&A will be a good time, man. Hey, we're here, Jay. Let's go, SWAT. Yeah, man. I figured, if I'm going to do a Thursday lunchtime show, I got to start at like 12, because my plan is to start doing PropAholics a little earlier, have no time constraint, and then do the members after hours show. So yeah, I'm thinking Thursday for members is just the move. Wednesday for members, I just don't like. I always have done Thursday member streams. I tried doing Wednesday. I don't like it. I like Thursday. So the plan is to continue with Thursday. I am going to prepare the screen so we can get the tail of the tape brought up. We'll run through each and every fight on this card. And, the focus, of course, is props. We want to talk props, but I'm still going to give you guys my quick take on why I'm picking who, et cetera, et cetera. We have new matchup on the card with Javid Basharat getting a new opponent. That fight is actually not even updated on the ESPN Fight Center. So instead, I'm going to have Tapology. Tapology is clutch. I will always use Tapology for my full card breakdowns. But for this show, I enjoy the clean look of MMA Fight Center. But Tapology will always have a special place in my heart, man. Always, always, always. Do you think it would have been better for the UFC to have title fights right before the Super Bowl? No, I think that the focus of many sports fans this weekend will be the Super Bowl. And I think better off have a fun fight night card for the hardcores as opposed to trying to catch the attention over the Super Bowl. I think that's a strategy for disaster. And I think there's a reason the UFC didn't. I know no UFC next week, but a lot of content from me. I'll be here. Guys, I have decided I will allow myself 2 energy drinks a week. Okay? 2 a week. And I am sticking with the tried and true Monster. Why is that? Because I have decided these new energy drinks, these random ones, you got which one? Celsius, right? You got Alani, you got the Bumsteads. They all make me feel fucking weird in some way. What was that other one I tried? The Rain. They all make me feel strange. You have a fucking Monster. It's tried and true. This shit's been around forever. It's sponsoring the UFC, okay? I'm going to stick with Monster. I'm going to go white Monster, and that's it. If I'm going to have an energy drink, it's going to be a white Monster. And that's all. The taste, better than the rest of the energy drinks. And I'm not looking for a crazy effect. I just want to have the consistent flow of energy through the system as we run through the stream. I don't want to feel fatigued or anything of that magnitude, So we're looking at 160 milligrams of caffeine. In those Alani drinks, it's 200, right? In those fucking other drinks, the Bumsteads, there's some weird other shit in it. To optimize the quality of this show, I'm willing to have a Monster Energy, all right? But yeah, I'm only allowing myself 2 a week. No, I'm not getting paid by Monster. If I was, that'd be fucking amazing. This is a non-sponsored ad for Monster Energy, the OG and #1 energy drink on planet Earth, unmatched. All right. Woo. Listen, I'll rather drink a women's energy drink than anything else, bro. Formulated for women. Where does it say it, though? I don't see it. Fucking give me it. I don't care, bro. It's a women's drink. Good. Better off. I worked out before, actually. You know, AJ, the first time I tried Celsius, it felt all warm and weird. It was really odd. After, I thought it didn't have an effect on me again, but I know what you mean. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like the feeling. Blue Chew coming up next. Yeah, I've never seen a woman drink a Monster like that. I mean, granted, I had Jersey Girl have a white Monster, but like just out and about, very rare. Visa issues for Saeed? Well, that's the reason he's out. Prime hydration. Dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. All right. Love Monster F the others. Hey, W Jersey Girl. See, she's a savage. She's right. AJ needs a women's drink. His test levels are 4 times the average male. Need to tone down a bit of the masculine. Hey, thank you, Paco. I think he's right. I think he's 100% right. It needs to be toned down a little bit. W, Paco. Paramount stock at a low spot. Will it go up with the White House car? Hopefully. All right. First fight of the night. We have ladies going after it. My word. You talk about excitement for a fight card. You talk about anticipation for a fight card here. You got Priscilla Cachoeira. Okay. I've got to spell this shit right. Where's Cachoeira? There we go. Priscilla Cachoeira. All right. As I'm botching the spelling, I'm sorry. I forgot to put in the fucking poll. We'll do it again. Take 2. Ready? Bam. Klaudia Syguła versus Priscilla Cachoeira. The ladies going after it in this one. So to me, the way I look at it is you have a fight between the side of a slugger who's going for raw power, serious bombs, death touch shots, chaos, and trying to make shit happen, versus a girl that might, I guess, kind of have a little bit of skill, but I have yet to see it. What the fuck are they? What? Syguła's slow overhands? You know what I'm saying? So brain tells me I got zombie girl or I got, do you want me to keep it fucking real? Or I got the chick that got the fucking work done. You know what I'm saying? A little Botox. What are we doing? I'm not looking to predict supermodels to win fist fights. And I'm not saying Syguła is that fucking good looking, but you know what I'm saying? She's got that look, very particular. The cheeks are done. Like those type of women normally are not the best fighters in the world. The women that look like Priscilla Cachoeira can throw some hands. So that alone is something. Now, the actual stylistic matchup, I think Cachoeira is live. And I think Cachoeira has a good chance to win against a girl that I think is a scrub. Biggest win for Syguła in her fighting career, Irina Alekseeva, who's goddamn shit. Terrible. Alekseeva is terrible. Chat. So, for me, I think the underdog has the fighting chance. It's the better side of prediction. And I think the better side of the bet. A woman that has knockout power that chinned Josiane Nunes, a woman that knocked out Ariane Lipsky, versus a girl who doesn't seem to have the athletic fast twitch abilities. I would just prefer to be on the underdog in a situation like this. Now, the show is PropAholics, of course. So we're going to go the route of madness with the prop betting side because that's what we have to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking towards the props on my screen now. Okay. And I'll share it with you. So we're looking at the props on this fight. And let me know if I need to zoom in a bit. We have Priscilla Cachoeira by knockout. To not write this down, I just think is a disgrace. It's plus 200. There's a chance. There's a chance, right? There's a chance she goes out and wins. If you like Syguła, you got to be picking her by decision, right? I don't think she's got the best submission game ever. So maybe Syguła by decision is what calls you. Maybe it doesn't. Now, let's see. You like Cachoeira second or third round KO? Cachoeira by KO round 2 plus 700. Round 3 plus 1,200. Syguła, most significant strikes, minus 160. Cachoeira, plus 130. Nothing really of intrigue. The prop betting side of this fight is not really the move. And I'm not going to chase a prop. Does anybody in the chat have a prediction of Klaudia Syguła by submission? Please speak now. And I will put that up in the poll. If not, I will not be putting it up in the poll. So let me know. I need to know. Cachoeira wins the poll. The people have decided Priscilla Cachoeira is the way. And I think they're right. And I don't think betting on either girl is the safest thing, but am I going to bet on the other woman? You got your notes ready for the Gianni Vazquez talk? He lost Edgar Chairez by armbar. Can't wait for the preview. Let's go, Eustace. We'll have some fun with it, my boy. Hey, thank you for hitting the likes on the prelims, premium picks. What's up, Hernana? Vinicius or Mario, who will win? You guys, no, you don't know, Jesse? Come on. I'm offended you don't know. I'm offended that you don't know. You didn't watch Big J all week? Shit. The monster ain't going to keep me up at night, my G. I'll be fine. It's not even fucking 8 o'clock yet, my boy. I'm chilling. Poll is up. Get your votes on. You got Dogger pass down the center. You got Cachoeira KO or Syguła decision. How do you want to bet it? How do you want to make it happen, dude? What's up, AJ? Hey, what's up, Liam? How you feeling? I don't really drink Monster often. I'm only drinking 1 to 2 energy drinks a week just to optimize my shows. That's really all. To be 100% real with you, it's just to optimize my shows. I'm doing them purely for the intent of performance enhancement. Cognitive and performance enhancement for showtime. That's it. That's the only reason I'm doing it. There's no other reason. If I wasn't doing what I do now, I wouldn't be doing this. I didn't answer. Give me fucking you know who. The Brazilian. Okay, I don't want to spoil it too much, but yeah. I like the KO. One girl brings fire. The other one is pretty. Full stop. Paku, it's real. It's real shit. I completely agree with Paku. Hey, if you just tuned in, I want to keep you guys updated. I'm doing the early PropAholics show followed by the post show. PropAholics After Hours Q&A. So if you're a member, I will be doing the members only Q&A right after this stream. So yeah, if you're a member, stick around. Obviously, we got a lot of fights left. We're on fight number 1. Okay, so we got plenty of time. There's no rush up in here. All right, the poll looks pretty split at the moment. I'll give it 40 seconds or so, 45 seconds. Cachoeira is terrible. Alekseyeva's worse. Right, Alekseyev doesn't have power at all. Go for the bombs. Gunslinger. The wild woman. I'm going for the woman that might win by knockout. You know, I'm closing out the poll. The poll has voted, and the people's voices have been heard. Priscilla Cachoeira by knockout is the community pick for this one. And better off, I mean, you know, the contrary is what? You're going to throw down with confidence on Klaudia. Holy fuck. On Klaudia Syguła? No, you're not. Bro, I'm talking so quick. My mouth is getting dry up in here. Holy shit. I feel like a seed, some shit. I had some fucking seed-tastic bread earlier today. Swear to God, I just had a seed come out of my tooth and lodge in my fucking throat for a second, bro. Holy shit. All right. That was scary, chat. Listen, obvious poll winner, Cachoeira KO. Second option, Dogger Pass. Get your votes on it coming. We're going to keep moving through this card. We got a lot of fights to talk. Wikłacz, Gafurov going after it here. I think the right side of this call, betting-wise, might just be chilling on the sidelines. Seriously, it might just be chilling on the sidelines saying, hey, have a good day. I ain't doing it, you know? But ultimately, I have to give you a call. I think, for me, the possibility of Wikłacz having a chance to get this fight to the floor, the possibility of Wikłacz to showcase the grappling. Like I see it right there. Wikłacz barely beat Patchy Mix. Yeah, but it is Patchy Mix, though. Patchy Mix, what's his loss? The one loss for Patchy Mix outside of recently Wikłacz by controversial decision, Mario Bautista, who's in the main event of this card, is Gafurov of that caliber. What happens if Wikłacz gets it to the ground? Is it an impossibility of sorts for Jakub Wikłacz to land the key takedowns? For Wikłacz to find his way into top position? I say no. I don't think it's an impossibility of sorts. I would say it's a real possibility that Wikłacz could get at the neck. Not a guarantee, but it's possible. You think Wikłacz sub or bust? So if you're picking Gafurov, I've seen some mixed reviews. We got Gafurov decision, which is plus 235, but we got some folks that like Gafurov KO. I saw it in chat. I'll throw that up as an option here at plus 250. Then I'll also throw Wikłacz decision because I don't think he's knocking anybody out. Wikłacz via decision plus 350. Now, the reason I'm not crazy about going sub or decision, well, it's because I don't think they even have that line available, do they? Let's see. Sub or decision, Wikłacz is plus 120. It's literally the same as the money line. So not worth your while to chase the prop. The poll is split down the center. We got 50-50 on both sides. Wow. The 50-50 savagery of the chat. Split. Even Stevens down the center for the people. You like under 2.5 the most. Okay, premium picks. I wish I had an option to bring up 5. Under 2.5 at plus 105. I think they could end up going all 3. That scares me, but I respect that call from you. The fact is, it's such a split poll at the moment that I feel the best option here is just to give method of victories for both guys. This fight is essentially 50-50. Chad is barely towards the Wikłacz side. It's essentially even Stevens down the center line. So I got an even Stevens fight on the people's poll. That tells me the props should have the equal amount of options for both fighters. And that's exactly what I'll do. I'll give equal options for both fighters here. You guys can get your votes up in, and we can see what the community is onto here. So we got Wikłacz by submission with Gafurov decision, Gafurov KO, or Wikłacz decision. For me, my mind tells me you should probably stay the fuck away from this fight. But I saw under 2.5 is something people like. I don't think you're crazy for that. I think there's a possibility. Maybe there's a finish, but I just see a decision. I see 3 rounds. I'm expecting over 2.5. I'm on the opposite end of that. But I respect the under 2.5 call. I see premium picks set it. You think Gafurov nullifies Wikłacz BJJ? Maybe. But what happens if Wikłacz is to have the advantage in takedown? What if he gets to the back of Gafurov? What if he gets a neck? You see what I'm saying? I just think we don't necessarily know with Wikłacz. So The evidence tells me what? Stay the fuck away. That's what it tells me. Gafurov is okay. Wikłacz is unproven. Flip a coin. I'll pick Wikłacz. I'm going to believe that he can get this fight to where he's most comfortable and that Gafurov is potentially choked out. I think Wikłacz by sub is very live. I think there's a real possibility that Jakub Wikłacz is getting his back. And I think that Gafurov might be a tad bit overrated because of wins over Rinya Nakamura and the name that I feel so bad I can't remember. Wow. I'm so sorry. Kyung-Ho Kang. Sorry, Kyung-Ho Kang. Sorry, bro. I feel bad, man. But he hasn't fought since 2024 against Gafurov when he fought him. So it ain't my fault. You know what I'm saying? Ain't my fault. Gafurov decision is leading the way in the poll. Yeah. I don't think Rinya Nakamura is all that. I think he's just very athletic. I'll leave the poll up until the top of the 26-minute mark. So get your final votes in now. It seems as though it's a toss-up again between Wikłacz submission and a Gafurov wins by decision. So ultimately, we're in a position where we have a coin flip fight with near coin flip polls. So you kind of got to just let your side be known and ride with it. This is the situation. You know what I'm saying? Flip a coin and ride. You want to go Wikłacz, do it. At the end of the day, Gafurov, if he's able to land takedowns and able to strike and, you know, stop the takedown coming after him, very live to win. It's an unproven Wikłacz versus a 2-2 in the UFC Gafurov. We shall find out. We'll find out. Is Wikłacz all bullshit hype and manufactured lucky decision win that went his way, you know? We'll see. Hey, what's up, Trey Good? How you feeling, my boy? All right, we're getting the poll moving here. If your head says Gafurov, you got to go with your head, bro. You got to go with you feel is right. All right. Let's keep on moving up. Next fight on the card. We got Cong Wang versus Eduarda Moura. The ladies going after it here. It's one of those fights where you have a girl in Eduarda Moura who was at 115 and had, I'd say, some serious hype at one point. Then had the Denise Gomes fight, moved up to 125, hasn't really looked all that good. Okay, but I've just not blown away. Versus on the other side, a good fighter with a high-level kickboxing base. Cong Wang's stand-up is very legit. She's fast. She's light on her feet. She's accurate. And I think she should absolutely tune up Eduarda Moura. Where the difficulty lies is on making the method of victory prediction with high confidence here. Is it a guarantee that we see Eduarda Moura survive the onslaught? I don't know. She's seemingly has a good chin, and it's not like Wang has been finishing people left and right, but she's a really sharp striker. So you got to think maybe knockout. We will look towards the props now, and let's give a gander to the prop bet inside, and let's see. The chat is overwhelmingly backing Wang to win. Now, if you think Wang is going to get a knockout, you do have a decent tag. It's actually not bad here. Wang by KO at plus 225. She has been pulling off decisions lately, but I do think she's still showing improvements, and I expect her most likely to be able to clearly outstrike the side of Moura and defend majority of the takedowns. I don't think Cong has dynamite in her fist. I think she's accurate. I think she's clean. I think she's good. I think that she's got more skills, but I'm not into it. Yo, W Mystic KO. Look at this savage. The first dono of the stream getting the train going. Mystic KO, you're a certified gangster. Thank you for $9.99. I really appreciate you supporting the channel with a little Dono for your boy. So big W, bro. Thank you, my friend. All love. All love. Wang KO sold you last time. It hasn't been happening lately. But looking at Kong Wang's fighting skill set, she does have knockouts. 2 knockouts. She is more of a decision queen. I mean, even in pro kickboxing, you know, she wasn't known for chinning girls. She was known for high-level technique. So I think one must look at this in a reasonable way and assume Kong Wang lands more significant strikes, does better work, but probably wins by a decision. Let's see. Let me look if there's any odds that I feel are worth bringing up. Now, if anybody on chat is on Eduarda Moura, how do you guys think she gets it done? Over 2.5 minus 153. Moura decision plus 650. Dude, I'll be shocked if Moura wins. There's really nothing worth your while. Moura sub. The way that we saw the sub work for Fernandez is after rocking the shit out of her. Fight goes distance, minus 125. I'll do that for you. Fight goes distance. Do you guys who are on Moura, you want a Moura sub? You want to see a Moura KO? Moura inside distance, 5-1. Moura wrestle fuck. That's it, only way. Moura decision is plus 650. Moura sub is plus 850. I'll put a Moura decision out there for some of you sick animals. For some of the sickos in chat. Some of you sick freaks. I'll do it just for you. Shout out to the savage sickos in the community. I know there's a percentage of you. 9% of the chat picked the side of Eduarda Moura. So there's got to be a couple folks up in here that believe in the Moura side of things. All right. All right. Looking at them dogs, savage dogs. Savage dogs. The dogs are barking, bro. But I feel like this one, I think there's good dogs in this card, but I don't think Moura is going to fraud check my girl. Kong Wang gang, stand the fuck up, you know? Get your votes in the poll. The opportunity is now. Go after it. I see Kong Wang stand up too much. You're a sick freak, but that's too freaky to me. Coltrane, respect, bro. Wang, 3rd round KO. Moura's going to gas out and get pieced up. I like the call. It'd be great. It would be great if we saw a knockout win for Kong Wang. Hype-wise. Hype-wise. It would definitely jump her stock a tad if she went out and she won impressively. Fuck yeah. Also, chat, we're at 45 likes. I just want to say thank you guys for smashing the hell out of the like button. I see the likes moving consistently on this stream, so big thank you. Keep hitting the likes, of course, but I just want to thank you and show my gratitude to where we're at now. So W to the chat. Love you guys. Right now, the winner of the poll so far is Wang decision. I will leave it up for another 40 seconds or so. Let it get a few more votes in. I don't know. Why are you guys having an argument about Tai Tuivasa? Jesus. Obviously, I recognize the trolls, but geez. Don't waste space in the chat talking about the Tai Tuivasa fight, please. Thank you, Keith Ballard, for smashing the likes. Please, don't waste space in my beautiful chat talking about that fight. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, what's up, Zohan? Good to see you, my boy. W, Zohan. All right, so the winner of the poll is Wang decision at plus 105. I'm not going to keep it up any longer. It's been up plenty. I'm not surprised, motherfuckers. Wang decision, plus 105. First place, the knockout at plus 225 for Wang. Second, Moura, 3rd, 17%, 650. Fight goes distance, 8%, minus 125. So that is the people's lineup for this fight. Hey, what's up, Brooke the Rook? My boy, what's going on? How you feeling? Now, this next fight, things get interesting. We'll talk about it. Let's get the poll up. All right. All right, all right. Dun 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 dun. So this next fight on the card is not Said Nurmagomedov versus Javid Basharat. Said Nurmagomedov out of the fight. Sadly. I was really excited for this matchup, and it was a true coin flip. In steps a bad motherfucker. Gianni Vazquez jumps in on short notice, says, fuck yeah, I'm doing this thing. Okay? 13-4-1 prospect. The kid has some solid experience in decent organizations, man. UNF fighter, at the end of the day, United Fight League. No, it's Up Next Fight League. Oops. Up Next Fight League. Do I recognize anybody from there? But he's winning. He's winning fights. Nice win streak for himself. The loss to Edgar Chairez in 2023. There's some respect to be had on a prospect like this. 5'7", flyweight, Gianni Vazquez. I want to look into this kid right now with you guys. I can't show you guys the tape of how he's going to look, but let's see where it's at. Do they have it on? Oh, no, they don't have it on Fight Pass. I thought UNF would be on Fight Pass. All right. Let's get a little gander together. So what I'm going to do, and you guys should, if you have a second device, do the same. Follow suit with your boy. We will look at some Gianni Vazquez tape for the first time. I wanted to get my first Gianni Vazquez idea right on stream here. All right. We have a couple of options, and I'll let you guys decide here. We have his fight against Austin Russell. How long ago was that? 2 fights ago, right? You have his fight versus Trevor Wells 4 fights ago, or you have the Edgar Chairez fight, his highest level fight. I don't see his most recent fight popping up, but maybe if I look a little harder. They have a fight versus that same opponent, but he's got 2 fights against him. Is that the first time? Yes, that is the first time. So we'll go towards the most recent, I think, chat. What do you guys think? Tape study together. We're doing a quick gander, a tape study. It's not the most in-depth deep dive, We'll go as deep as we can here. I'll do some more on my own before the video tomorrow, but obviously I want to enjoy your guys' company and kind of do this together. So if you're with me, we're going to go at the same time. We'll go into his most recent fight. Type in Gianni Vazquez, UNF. Okay. He fought against Austin Russell. That's his most recent fight. I believe it's his most recent fight. Wait, is that the one? Yes. Most recent fight. Let's click on it. Let's see. Let's see what he has. I am not going to sit and watch the whole fight through because I got a show to do. But let's see if we get any idea of what this kid can do from early glimpses. All right. So initially, what I'm noticing right now seems to be pretty light on his feet. Good little bounce. Fighting style, at the very least, early in the opening frame, seems to be forward pressure and volume. He's looking to walk this Austin Russell guy down, get up in his face. Seems to parry well with the backhand. Bit of a wide stance, which I like. Good base to him. Maybe a little glimpse of karate in the base. I don't exactly know his background. Probably we'll look into that before tomorrow's video a bit more. And if you guys do know, you can let me know in chat. We're figuring it out all together. So sit down, relax, and enjoy. He just caught the kid with some nice punches in range. He seems to have a good right hand. This is early in the fight, too. What I like is he's coming to fight right away. He's closing the distance, and he's looking to scrap off rip. He's not just sitting on the sidelines and waiting. This kid's coming to fight. And at the end of the day, young too, 31, on the rise. Now, I say young. He's not a baby in this game. But he's not 37. I'll tell you right now, I will tell you guys straight up. I don't need to watch anymore to tell you he is going to get absolutely outstruck by Javid Basharat. If he chooses to engage in this same manner, his opponent, Austin Russell, is significantly worse at striking than Javid Basharat. I'm watching this tape right now. I don't need much time. And he's taken down. He's getting back up, working up, but he's taken down here. He's backed up against the cage. Early moments of this fight are telling me all I need to know. This is a guy who naturally fights at 125. And the opponent here in Austin Russell, I have never heard of. I don't know who Austin Russell is. And I'm not saying that he's really doing much, but the dude is just ripping wild overhands, not connecting much. The striking battle is favoring Gianni Vazquez. His hands look pretty good, but you have a guy on the opposite side that he's fighting that is far from UFC level. To be honest, there is a massive experience jump from this guy and then fucking Javid Basharat. Oh my word. And the fact that Gianni Vazquez is also not a baby and he's taken down again. The takedown defense is subpar. So now I have Javid Basharat with an edge in takedowns. Already I can recognize the striking is better. I already can recognize the takedown threat is live. I like that he's attacking from bottom. He gets an arm bar. It's locked in. He might get it. Kid fights out. So he likes to shoot for submissions from bottom. Good technique on the lower levels. When you get to the UFC, these guys are high level. They're going to pass. They're going to smash and pass, okay? So I'm already recognizing within 3 minutes of tape study that this guy is absolutely cooked against Javid Basharat, and his only chance is a fluke. His only chance is a fluke. He's a fucking tough kid. I'll tell you right now. The kid's coming forward throwing shots. He's taken down again, though. He's reckless. He's fun. Listen, it would be a lot better if he was fighting at 125 in a debut, maybe against, a Carlos Hernandez. I'd probably still pick against him. But you're talking about Javid Basharat. Javid Basharat has a serious edge over this kid. And the problem with Javid Basharat is, though, he doesn't finish fights well. 5 knockouts, 6 submissions. But as of recent UFC career, high-level guys, he hasn't gotten finishes on. But I'm looking at this opponent here, Gianni Vazquez, and I'm seeing him taken down. I'm seeing him make mistakes on the ground. And I'm thinking to myself, he's been submitted twice before. Javid Basharat has 6 submission wins. He definitely can technically outstrike this kid. But as this kid looks to engage in a grappling fight as well, I think if he shoots stupid submissions from the bottom that we saw here early, I have watched almost a full round of this kid, and I already can recognize he is cooked against Javid Basharat outside of a true fluke. He needs a wild punch. He needs a crazy overhand. It's a decent fight, but I don't see this kid is not going to have a chance against Javid Basharat. The odds should be minus 600 favorite status for Javid Basharat. The kid's a dog. If he goes distance, mad respect, but Basharat should probably win by submission. I mean, he's been taken down multiple times by a guy. Who the fuck is this Austin Russell kid that I'm watching him fight against? I don't know him. The kid was 4-1, is now 4-3. He finished him. Impressive. Lost to Seri City. Okay. Listen, what I'll tell you I like about Gianni Vazquez, he's got good volume. He's a pressure-based boxing style. Looking to get in your face and break you, right? Definitely has a good output. Definitely seems physically fit. Does get a little reckless, and takedowns are available on the counter. Submissions from bottom, a threat. The coach in his corner trains Alex Perez. What the hell is his name? What the hell is his name? I don't remember. Let me go to his Instagram. Team Oyama. I think he's from Team Oyama, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Team Oyama. He's a Team Oyama prospect. That's so funny, bro. There's a picture that got posted on his story. Gianni Vazquez versus Javid Basharat, but it's a picture of Farid Basharat. All I'm seeing is shitloads of posts about him getting this fight in the UFC. Trains with Alex Perez. His toughness is real. Recently won a jiu-jitsu match. Trains with Ricky Simone. Yeah, tough customer. for sure. Tough Mexican fighter. Tough Mexican fighter who is outclassed in the aspect of skill. He has experience, but he's also a year older than Basharat. He's a flyweight naturally. He was taken down here. I mean, I can spend more time, but ultimately I know what I'm looking at, and I'll just watch to the finish of the fight. So what we saw here is Austin Russell broke, right? Gianni Vazquez, relentless. You're not going to see Javid Basharat break. He's attacking the body, going for spin elbows. Gianni Vazquez can fight. He's maybe a low-level UFC flyweight. I don't know if he's beating Louis Garule. He doesn't have a chance in hell here. It would be a miracle if he were to win. Seriously. This kid's getting his shit rocked on the other side. Austin Russell tries a takedown. Austin Russell is not good. This kid's far from UFC level. Nice elbow. He drops some ground and pound. Listen, Vazquez, relentless. A lot of heart. Punching the body. He gets him in the darce. Austin Russell gave him the darce. Game, set, match. Does he tap him? Does the kid go to sleep? Kid goes to sleep. That's stupid. Why go to sleep when you're getting fucked up like that? Like you wanted to quit anyways. All right. So I already did my one fight watch. I can tell you everything you need to know right now. Obviously you can do more, but we don't need to spend more time for the sake of this stream. It is Javid Basharat to win, and the fight should not be competitive. He has a striking advantage technically. Okay. He's going to be able to outwork Vazquez from range. Should be able to hit takedowns, but Vazquez got some dog in him. Vazquez is absolutely tough. So the Mexican fighter is tough. The Mexican fighter has heart. The Mexican fighter comes to scrap. The Mexican fighter has a lot of will to win, and he's experienced. He beat David Martinez by split decision in 2021. Holy shit, he's his one loss. Wow, he was a big dog. He wasn't expected to win that fight. I got to click on that fight now. It doesn't matter, though. It's not going to change my pick. I think I've seen this fight before. Have I seen this fight? Hold on. It's a long time ago, and it's a young David Martinez. And Vazquez is on his back in this fight too. Bro, I don't care if he beat David Martinez years ago. I will watch that later. It's not going to change my pick. The pick to me has to be the obvious Basharat call. So I'm going Basharat to win. There's the updated take. We went in depth. I wanted to watch along with you guys. So, you know, we could have some fun with it. I thought it was a good time. Right. 2021, years ago. Now, if they have odds for this fight, I would love to discuss props, but I don't know if they have odds yet. I do not see betting lines. Can I ask a favor from the community? Chat. Can somebody in the chat deep dive for me and potentially find the money line odds? I don't know if they're out. If not, you will see them for the first time during the weigh-in show tomorrow. Yeah. FanDuel still taking money on Saeed? Okay. So the odds are probably not out yet. The prediction is Javid Basharat. It's probably him winning by submission or decision. He could end up winning a decision. Size advantage. I definitely think he can outstrike Vazquez. David Martinez in 2021, bro. That's 2021, bro. Nah, it's Javid Basharat. Javid should shut him down. It's not over for Javid Basharat. No, he's not losing to this guy. So my prediction for this fight is a Javid Basharat win. And I think he should look pretty good doing it. And I think he should be able to get back in a big way. I also anticipate him to be a pretty wild favorite, like minus 600 or more. Vazquez has a lot of heart. I actually am excited to watch Vazquez fight in the future at 125. He's got a fun style, but he's not going to win this fight. Happy for him to get in the UFC door because that's what this opportunity is all about. This is, let me take the fight to get into the UFC. No odds yet, not surprised. So without odds, what can I really do? You know what I'm saying? There's nothing I can do if we don't have the odds for the fight. But we'll continue to move on. The winner of the poll, obviously, Basharat. I have that already up in the description. And we will keep on moving up the card momentarily. But yeah, there's my take. I hope you guys enjoyed a little live watch. I can recognize patterns quickly, bro. I've been doing this a very long time. I just think you're going to see straights work. The movement's going to be too much. The takedowns won't work for Vazquez. Basharat might hit takedowns. There's a technical edge in a big way. And this weight class also is not Gianni Vazquez's weight class. So ultimately, I think it's a mistake, but it's not a mistake to take the chance. I don't want to push that narrative. It's not a mistake. In life, you have to take the big chance. And if he ends up failing, it's not a failure because he shot for the fucking stars to try and make it happen. All right. So next fight on the card, we got the ladies going after it here. All right. We got Bruna Brazil versus Ketlin Souza. I have to favor the dog. Granted, she's the favorite, but the dog in Ketlin Souza. Ketlin Souza's got the dog in her. Her style is relentless dog pressure, getting in your face, throwing shots, nasty boxing pressure, hands there. Decent enough ground game. But what cost her recently has been some takedowns. She had a really frustrating loss last time that pissed me off watching it live against Piera. I was obviously pissed because I picked Ketlin Souza and she loses a split decision. And the separating point was just a fucking lazy takedown from Piera and lay and pray at the end. And then she lost to Angela Hill in a close battle. Angela Hill, OG of the fucking game. Right? So nothing really bad about that. What I'm saying is we got a girl who's lost two very close split decisions that I think still has a lot of upside versus a Bruna Brazil on the other side that's 2 years older, a little bit taller, a little bit longer, but I don't think carries the same punch power, isn't as physically imposing. I don't think she has the same grit, and I don't see the takedown option for Bruna Brazil. What I see for Bruna Brazil is she's going to have to be very disciplined with distance management and technical striking. Ketlin Souza is going to probably walk her down and connect with some big shots. And I could even see in this fight, Ketlin Souza being the better grappler of the two. So I favor the side of Ketlin Souza to win, as I anticipate the masses do. But where things get interesting is when we talk about the potential betting lines on this fight. I'm very curious to see what the community's head is at, We got minus 148, Ketlin Souza. I think first and foremost, she's an undervalued favorite, okay? Small moment change in the last fight, she wins a decision, right? Small moments, things go different. She's beating Angela Hill and Pierre Rodriguez, and she's a 4-1 favorite. You see what I'm saying? I think Ketlin Souza at minus 148 is actually a good deal. I've heard some people push back against me in the comments. I look, and I said, interesting. I just disagree with that. I think Ketlin Souza is a very good pick here. And I think that I would even argue Bruna Brazil has to be pretty damn near perfect from distance to win. Now, on the side of Ketlin Souza, you have a girl that does have knockout power in her hands. You have a girl that does have submission wins on her record as well. She did submit Yasmin Hadigi, but it was a club and sub. And now in this fight here, you got her by sub at plus 1,500. Knockout by Souza at plus 475. And then Souza by decision at plus 105. Hey, Richard Daniel, thank you for 199. Thank you for getting the donut train running. Appreciate the vids. Hey, thank you for tuning into the stream, bro. PropAholics is the shit. PropAholics is the shit. I love PropAholics, man. And I'm live all night. I'm doing the members PropAholics after hours Q&A after this. So keep on locking it in with your boy. All right. So, where was I? Chat, where was I? Okay. Yes. Souza decision, right? Kind of obvious, right? Souza decision, right? Yeah. Plus 105. Souza KO. Chance plus 475. Souza sub. You're a D-gen. She probably doesn't get it, but it is plus 1,400 or plus 1,500 rather. And she's won by submission before. I think Souza wins. I think Souza, you could put in a 2-leg parlay as a money line piece, and I think that's fabulous. There are some people in the chat picking Bruna Brazil. So if that is you, if you're on the chat here on Bruna Brazil, please do me a favor. Let me know in the live chat, if you are on Bruna Brazil, what is the method of victory? Is it decision for Bruna Brazil that you like? How do you like her to get it done? I anticipate many would be favoring the decision side. But yeah, let me know. I want to hear from the chat because I think that's really the only option. Souza sub is sneaky. Brazil could shoot a sloppy takedown and get caught in a gilly. It's happened before. She could get caught in a gilly. She could get caught by a big punch and clubbed and subbed. I think Souza by sub is fucking crazy to be plus 1,500. Hey, W's Iraqi, welcome to the show, my guy. Right? Isn't that fucking nuts? Plus 1,500 is stupid. Brazil by decision is what? Plus 185? That's not good. But I'll put it in there for you guys that are picking Brazil because I want to give you guys a chance. I want to give you guys a chance. I want to at least write something down for you guys. So, overwhelming pick, the chat, not mass, but 61%. A quality call, as I will call it, on Souza to go out and win at 61% of the community's call. All right. So let's make a little more magic happen here. I'm going to bring up the votes. Do I stream every day? Yes, bro. Yes, I do, bro. Dunna, 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 dunna. I guess I don't stream Sunday. Sunday, normally I do take off from streaming. I just do a video Sunday. It's because I like to get my picks out. So I focus on predictions Sunday and I finish my notes and stuff. All right, get your votes up in the poll. Get your votes up in the poll. Let me know what you're thinking, chat. Let me know where your head is at. Let me know what you're thinking, chat. Hey, thank you, Mike O'Donnell. Fuck yeah. Dunna, 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 dunna. Poll is a moving. Wow, Souza decision is out to a real early lead. Hey, shout out King of the North. Almost a year already. Time flies, bro. Let's get the rest of 2026 with no eye pokes. Yeah, right. That's asking too much. Hey, King of the North, thank you for 11 months of membership, my boy. I appreciate you. You know what's funny? I was talking to a guy at the gym I've known for a long time, and he was talking about the Gaethje fight. He fucking eye poked him. What the fuck? I was like, wow. He's an Italian guy as well. So I was like, wow, the Italians just see it, bro. The eye poke. The Italians are pissed about it. Thank you for 11 months, my boy. AJ's the most Italian man on MMA YouTube. Facts. That's funny as fuck. Italian J bringing the heat. Italian J can't be beat. Get your votes up in the poll. And let's see where we go. How many more prelim fights we got? 2 more prelim fights. Yo, we're closing on the main card. We're right on the cusp of the main card. Should have just adopted the Pride gloves. They just won't, though, SWAT. They won't. The UFC gloves are forever. It is what it is. With all the eye pokes, my first name is not Anthony, bro. No. First name is not Anthony, my dog. Bunum, bunum, bunum. You lay the chalk on Gianni as Gianni for us, please. I'm laying the chalk on the value side. Bruna Brazil at plus 105. I'm going Ketlin Souza, bro. I can't even say it. I can't even say it. Bro, I think Ketlin Souza clears. Ketlin Souza shows levels, bruh. I don't believe in the side of Bruna Brazil. But 38% of the chat picked her by decision, but that's just because it was the only option for her. So anybody on her is picking that. because that's like the most obvious method of victory for her. But Souza to win by decision wins at plus 105 with 44% of the calls. And then at third place is Souza KO. And then last place, Souza sub. Souza sub is D-Gen. Souza sub is D-Gen. Souza sub is D-Gen as fuck. It's D-Gen savage mode as fuck. You know? All right, let me keep throwing the poll up. Either way, a legend. Hey, W future sequence, my dog. All right, we're going to prepare for the next fight. I'm getting the poll up now. Dun-dun. All right, so next fight on the card, we have a short notice fill-in bout. Niko Price steps in to fight Nikolai Veretennikov. Took the fight on Monday. Some people are like quick to be like, yo, Veretennikov going to destroy him. But I'm sitting here like, Veretennikov, though. Like, let me just emphasize a point for you guys. Nikolai Veretennikov, though known as pretty durable, going distance with Punahele Soriano, Michael Morales, and Danny Barlow, his one UFC win is a split decision against Francisco Prado that I thought he lost. So how can I be swelling with confidence on him? He's not very good, but he is tough. Niko Price on the opposite side, a guy that's been here forever. 8-9 and 2-0 contest in the UFC career. All right, so we got a shitload of UFC fights coming up on the 20th. You got a brawl in style, you know? You got a guy that has some hands. Going to have a 2-inch reach advantage. The problem is simple, though. I got a short notice Niko Price with what? A 1-4 record across his last 5? Was knocked out in the first round by Robbie Lawler in 2023. Beat Alex Morono in 2024, which I guess that's okay. Lost to Themba Grimbo by decision, and then Jacoby Smith finished him. Veretennikov has a split decision win against Prado. Lost to Soriano, finished by Vanderford, and lost to Danny Barlow by split decision. I feel like it's live to be a coin flip fight. I don't know where Niko is at right now, though. See, this is the issue. It's like Niko Price is a dog coming to throw down. You know he's going to give it his all. But he's not in a camp, takes the fight on days' notice. Like, what the fuck? Showing a lot of signs of slowing down. Versus a guy in Veretennikov who I thought should have lost to Prado and been cut from the UFC. So I feel as though it's a more competitive fight than some people maybe are imagining, thinking that, oh, man, Veretennikov should just walk through him. I don't want to say that. Like, minus 300 for Veretennikov, it's stupid wide. You take the odds out of the equation, and let's just talk fight to fight. Betting lines are irrelevant. I think that Veretennikov has a real chance to win a decision here. 29-28. Could be close. Price could have some moments. Could end up being a split decision. It's minus 120 at best. You know, he's a slight favorite. Maybe because it's a full camp, minus 150. But you're looking at minus 300 for a guy that shouldn't even be on the roster versus another guy who maybe shouldn't either. But at one point was quality, you know? At one point deserved to be on the roster. Tough, man. I look towards the lines and I would not bet on Veretennikov at minus 300. It's crazy because this guy is just not good. But you got Niko Price. Where do his motivations lie? What is he like outside of he's getting a paycheck, you know? Over 1.5 at minus 175, minus 190 range. I'll put over 1.5. I think Niko Price can definitely survive early. I think Niko Price is live to survive to the end. Nico Price by decision, 5-1. Price KO plus 600. Price sub plus 11. Veretennikov has been finished by sub once and knocked out twice. It was ground and pound against Vanderford, and then he lost early in his fighting career by finish. Nico is live for a decision. I feel like this fight's very live to go distance. So you got Price to win a decision at plus 500. And you got Veretennikov to win a decision at plus 275. I mean, I feel like fight to start round 2. I don't see it. Over 1.5 minus 190. I don't see fight starts round 2. Prado shouldn't be in the UFC either. Terrible, 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 terrible. I would choose to stay away myself. But, you know, Nico Price is a live underdog here. Nico Price is a live dog. Over 1.5 is live. Over 2.5 is live. But, you know, is that the way to bet? You're betting on a guy coming on a mega short notice. I don't know what type of shape Price is going to be in. I guess we'll see him on the scale tomorrow. And if he looks like he's been training his ass off, maybe. Price fighting to pay for his 9 kids. That's crazy. Him and Waldo, bro. What the fuck? This guy's never heard of fucking birth control. The chat has picked Veretennikov as I anticipated they would. But, my God. 65% of chat going Veretennikov. But I doubt many are going to be crazy about actually betting on him. I know Finch was more confident in Veretennikov, and like I think he should win, but I don't know. I would recommend just wait till the weigh-ins. Let's see what type of shape Nico's in before I make a final call. I don't think it's crazy to think Nico Price surprises him and makes it a close fight and maybe, you know, edges out a close decision. But on the flip side, I think Veretennikov probably outworks him. I feel like it's really just not a financial investment worth your risk if you're gambling on fights. Just making a straight pick. I mean, you're a genius if you pick Price to win, but it's probably full camp Veretennikov. I just realized I put Veretennikov plus 275. I got to change that. It's Veretennikov decision. Sorry. Let me fix that. Let me fix the poll. All right, we'll go again. Here we go. Good advice there. Avoid it. Yeah, I think so. We'll do it for the fun and see what the people decide. But, you know, betting on the dog on short notice, there's red flags all around. Betting on a 3-1 favorite in Veretennikov, who's not good, big red flag. I mean, over 1.5 seems to make sense, right? Fight seems destined to go over 1.5. I think it probably does. I think the over 1.5 is pretty sensible. Yeah, you should save your monies on this one. Yeah, exactly. It's like a Veretennikov low conf call. Veretennikov. I don't know. I don't think that, but I don't think Veretennikov or Price finish one another early. I'd be impressed if there was a stoppage quick. I say that, and then it's 30 seconds in, and, you know, Robbie Lawler fucking chins Nico Price, like that type of situation. But I don't know. The rumor mill was that fight was a fucking dive from Nico Price, and he was paid to lay down against the legendary Robbie Lawler. And then he went out and he beat Alex Morono. which, like, beating Alex Morono, I'm not saying it's crazy impressive, but I'll ask you guys this question. Veretennikov, Alex Morono, who do you pick? Who do you pick? If you, let's say, full, like, how the fuck do you, you know? I think I would argue Morono's live to win a close decision. I would pick Morono probably to beat Veretenikov's bum ass. So how do we not think Nico Price is live? I get it. It's short notice. That's the issue. So we'll wait to the scale. Price the hefty fave, guaranteed, isn't worth it to me. Yeah, it's one of those things. You sit out. Bumid pulled out. Right. He's out of there. Unfortunate. Morono training at a Gracie gym in 2026. Career turnaround incoming. He trains 15 minutes now for me. That's really cool. Morono seems like a very good coach. I'd love to train under Alex Morono. He's a very knowledgeable OG of the game. I mean, listen, respect to the Gracie gyms. Parlay Price with Morono. It's the fucking ballsy D-Gen dog onslaught. I feel like Basharat, Vazquez, like a well-maker situation. I don't see it. I think Basharat more proven and experienced, bro. And Vazquez, nah, I don't see it. But, like, I get what you're saying. He's a tough kid. But I'll still go Basharat. But with this fight specifically, how can I confidently pick Veretennikov? You know, you can't. You can't. I lean him for now, but we'll see with the weigh-ins. The chat has decided over 1.5 rounds to be the most sensible of the lineup calls, which makes sense to me. Over 1.5 is the community pick. Yeah, I think that one's pretty good. Over 1.5. Hey, what's up, Juan Diego Lebed? Over 1.5 feels about right. I think that's the wave. The over 1.5 wave. All right. I'm going to throw the poll up for the next fight. We're going to get ready to keep on moving. Speaking of Alex Morono. All right. If you guys are wondering, I'm actually doing timestamps as I do the stream because I'm doing members right after this. So give me some respect for that. It's badass. All right, next fight on the card. We have Alex Morono versus Danil Donchenko. Listen, Donchenko should be a lock. He probably stops Alex Morono. By knockout is my call. He's got 15 minutes to do it. The kid is a nasty Muay Thai striker. Serious elbows, a dog on the inside. My God. Damage is live as fuck to be done. And I got Alex Morono looking washed against Carlos Leal. I guess you can respect him for the D-Rod split decision, but I still don't rate D-Rod. I don't give a fuck about top fucking 15. And I think Donchenko is going to do damage throughout this fight. Whether it's first round or not, I think eventually we see the damaging shots land for Donchenko that are very much enough to get him a stoppage. Now, he's a very wide money line favorite, is Danil Donchenko, to the point at -700 that you're not going to gamble on. You guys know he's one of my most confident picks on the card, and I went D-Gen prop lock city, savage mode, Donchenko knockout with the side of Farid Basharat. So, little two-leg wonder. Donchenko KO feels like a certainty to me. Now, if you're not crazy about the KO, you want to go straight, you could do -700. You're just not going to get a great line, you know, even if you parlay things up with somebody else with the Donchenko win money line. That's it. KO round 1, possible useless, but it could be a little longer, you know. It could. I like the KO side of things. KO win for Donchenko is -175. So there is not some beautiful plus money line, unfortunately, but him by KO is highly probable. Now, if you want to get down into more the nitty-gritty of it, he's got a big speed advantage. I think he should exploit the Alex Morono defensive flaws. Round number 1 for Donchenko is +180. Round 2 plus 330. He could blitz him and get him out of there earlier. It could be a faster fight. The under 2.5 rounds sits at 3-1 odds, but I do anticipate the under 2.5 at minus 300 to end up hitting. I have to include that. Donchenko inside distance is minus 260, so not really worth your while. Donchenko KO round 2, you like it? Plus 330. I'll put Donchenko round 1 and 2. Round 1, plus 180. Donchenko round 2, plus 330. I'll put both KO. All right. Donchenko is 94% of the community call. Serious favorite status. The chat is Donchenko locking, as they should be. Donchenko's a lock here. UFC's on Snapchat? What the fuck? I'm going to have to go on Snapchat and give him a follow. Dude, I got to start an MMA expert Snapchat page. I don't know what the fuck I'd post on there. When I said serious, your phone popped with the Siri thing, that's crazy. Holy shit. Experts on Snapchat 2026 would be insane. Maybe. Maybe. All right, get your votes up in the poll. I already know what the winner is going to be. Most likely, at least. I'm not anticipating much of a surprise. My son turned 6 in the morning. Little Nurmagomedov is getting big quick. Too quick. I'm old. Nah, you young, Braden K. You had kids young, my boy. W, Braden K. We're all too old for Snapchat. Fuck it, bro. We grew up on that shit. We can't let it go yet. All right. Donchenko by knockout is in a pretty wide lead. I'm not sitting out and, bailing on it. I'm not going to waste time. Something you guys got to know about me. Efficiency is your best way to succeed, and sitting on that fight for any longer when it's an obvious call just to allow more votes to come in, it's a dumb recipe. It doesn't make much sense. All right, we're going to get to the main card here in a moment. But what I want to say is a big W to everybody watching, man. Hell yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in to PropAholics, the early edition show. So I have a special PropAholics after hours members only Q&A going down. So after PropAholics is done, if you're a member of the channel, boom, you're in. If you're not a member, you can become one. And you can join me for the members only after hours Q&A. I think it'll be a good time. I like the Thursday slot. I like the earlier PropAholics show with the members Q&A after the fact, which I plan on kind of keeping this as a staple. If I have to end up missing a lunchtime live on a Thursday to make this happen, I like it better because this is the main event of Thursday. So I want to optimize the main event. But I'm going to extend with now the members only PropAholics after hours. So that should be a good time. It's a members Q&A. We'll talk to fights, etc. Whatever you guys want to bring up. It's Q&A style. So yeah, man, I'm sticking around all night. We just ran through the prelims. We're about to get to the main card. The poll is already up in the chat. So I just want to say a big W. And yeah, thank you guys for supporting the boy. All right. Big W, chat. Big W. Big W, chat. Make sure you guys like the stream. Yeah. Like the stream. Yeah. All right. All right. Here, Donchenko knockout. Next fight. First up on the main card, we got Dustin Jacoby versus Julius Walker. Hey, if you're watching on replay, I also want to shout you out. Hello to the replay gang. W to you guys as well. I see you, okay? Smash the likes, subscribe it up. The pick here is, You guys not going to like it. Julius Walker. Why? I can't go with Factory X unless it's like Zalal. I don't know. I don't know, man. The Dolgarian situation, right? The Hernandez situation. The fact that I saw Dustin Jacoby in Australia last week. He was in Oz. How serious is he taking Julius Walker? I don't care how bad Julius Walker looked against Takeda. He still won. And I get it. His debut was boring. But you know what? He did make it competitive against Alonzo Menafield, who actually has a win over Dustin Jacoby. Striking is Jacoby all day. But Jacoby's career is a career filled with opponents that just choose to strike. And if you want me to prove this to you, look. He was supposed to fight Jimmy Crute in Australia, right? And then we have striker. MMA style, but striker at very least at the time. Reyes, Menafield, striker. Where's the grappler? Draw with a grappler. Earlier in his fighting career, we got pro kickboxing fights. Lost to a grappler. So the knock on Dustin Jacoby to me is how serious is he taking this opponent? And what happens when they tie it up? What happens if it hits the ground? I think Julius Walker has some obvious stylistic flaws, but he has a lot of will to win. His recovery looks good. His ground game is solid. His control is nice. If the clinch fest is to happen here, I think we see struggle for Jacoby. Say it with me. I won't bet Factory X fighters. Braden just said it. I just am worried right now. I can't. I don't know, man. I'm not saying this is happening. I'm not pushing this narrative, but Dustin Jacoby's towards the end of his career, man. And I don't know, bro. The gambling shit worries me. What happens? Walker somehow wins a decision. Walker somehow gets his back. I get the narrative. If you can't finish Takeda, you don't belong in the UFC. But he also went to a split decision with Alonzo Menafield. He's a smotherfucker, an annoying style, dude. Julius Walker's style is just get in your face and smother. I'm not saying it's the greatest underdog pick ever, but I have my reasons for making this prediction. Now, the odds for the fight are favoring Dustin Jacoby at minus 170. I know some folks might be like, bro, give me that minus 170 all day. If you feel it, you feel it. If you want it, you want it. It's plus 145 on the opposite side for Julius Walker. Jacoby by KO at plus 135 is what a lot of people are expecting. But what happens when he lands the big shot and he can't put the kid out? And the kid walks through it and lands the takedown. Walker by decision at plus 400. Possibility, does Walker stop him? Inside distance Walker, plus 325 with ground and pound. He went to a split. Jacoby lost by unanimous. True. I know we don't MMA math it up, but Alonzo Menafield gave it a dogfight. Or was given more of a dogfight, I should say, by Walker. Walker sub plus 700. KO plus 650. I'll put Walker ITD plus 325. I don't know. And the question is, do you guys like any over or unders in this fight? Under 2.5 minus 125, over 1.5 minus 210. What happens if Walker just gets his neck? Like plus 700 Walker? If you're picking Jacoby, you got decision or knockout. How do you got it? Walker wins sub round one, just complete degeneracy, plus 1,500, but maybe. Gets him down, gets on top. Bro, he's 26. Walker sub is plus 700, man. Over 1.5 is minus 210. You think Walker going to sub him? I mean, I think he's live on the ground to cause some problems for Jacoby. I really do, man. Jacoby KO. Listen, Jacoby is winning the poll pretty powerfully. 69%, which I'm not surprised by that. I'm not sitting here, and I'm not even upset that you guys are against me. I get it. I didn't envision a unanimous agreement with this. You know? We can't really overlook not finishing Cicada. Fair point. Fair. Cicada's not good. But on the flip side, he went to a split decision with Alonzo Menafield, though. You're not going to bet against Jacoby here. What about just a pass? I guess I prefer just the pass. Alex's PFL vids, bro, he told me he's not doing it. He retired. So, sorry, man. I asked him. He's out of the game. For now, at least. We'll see if something changes in the future, but from his words, he is, he's retired. So, he had a nice run. Did PFL last year. I appreciated him for that. I'm not going to do PFL, bro. I don't have the desire nor the time. But if he wants to make his comeback, more than happy to have him. If not, it's all good. Jacoby by KO is everybody's call. Is there a pass option on the poll? I'd say this don't vote. Retirement licks. I know. He pulled a retirement. He retired, bro. He's retired from MMA YouTube. Quick run, bro. Quick run, in and out. I wasn't 100% sure he'd stick around. It's not necessarily his forte. It's just not for him. I said, all right, no problem, man. And if he ever changes his mind, well, we'll happily have him cover PFL on the channel. He's got a job opportunity that many would dream of, to cover PFL on a channel with nearly 60,000 subscribers. But he says no. You know, that's how it goes. Yeah, 2036 he'll be back. Exactly. What's Jacoby KO round 1 priced at? Plus 460. If you like round 1 KO. I mean, Walker's got good recovery. But no, I get it. It's not even a close poll, so there's no reason for me to keep the poll up. 71% going Jacoby via knockout. Not competitive. Walker by sub in second place, only 17%. You'll take the job. Jacoby isn't a spring chicken anymore. If Walker gas, where do you think Jacoby's gas tank going to be at? We'll see. How he stops the wrestling onslaught. That's everything. How does he stop the wrestling onslaught? Because that's what he's dealing with. He is dealing with a relentless pressure fighter, an annoying pressure fighter. Jacoby to win by a decision sits at plus 225. But I'm going against the grain. And I'm saying Walker is live. I'm very worrisome about the team. And I just don't feel betting on Jacoby makes sense to me. For me. But if it does for you, you might be right. I'm going to predict the underdog finds a way to pull off some weird shit. Some weird shit going down that fight. And I think that Julius Walker's a live dog. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card. Let's prepare for it here. We got Jean Matsumoto versus Farid Basharat. All right. All right. So, if you guys been tuning in all week, you know, I think that Farid Basharat has a clear and obvious edge over John Matsumoto in the technical striking arsenal. I think Farid Basharat is a sharpshooter from range. I think he has solid wrestling. He's a technically sound kickboxer. John Matsumoto has more of that tight Brazilian Muay Thai style, whereas Farid Basharat is more of a distance range sharpshooter with very good movement and a solid ground game. I think that the straight punches land more effectively for Farid Basharat. He's a slick striking technician with a very capable ground game against a guy that works well in blitzing moments in John Matsumoto, but doesn't have a lot of knockout power, isn't a monster on the ground either. I have my doubts about John Matsumoto. I've really never been that impressed by him outside of, I guess, his loss to Rob Font. But who knows where Rob Font is even at anymore? Rob Font, just holding on to a roster spot, or rather a top 15 roster spot by a thread, should be unranked. Ferret Basharat's an undefeated fighter on the rise right now. And I prefer the tactician over the power Brazilian Muay Thai, especially when I don't think the Brazilian Muay Thai stylist brings a massive risk of knockout. And I don't see Ferret Basharat getting caught in a stupid submission. Basharat just beat Chris Gutierrez in his last fight. And I think the technically superior stand-up. Matsumoto is your dog of the week, Braden? No fucking way. No, Sucky Ko is out of the Jacoby Smith fight. What the fuck, bro? Their card is falling apart. What the fuck, bro? Jesus. Wow. Matsumoto Gilly Goose Gang. I think Ferret's the real deal. I think he's going to look sharp, bro. I agree. I think he can at least win the first 2 rounds. I don't think Gene Matsumoto pulls this one out. Is there the new replacement? Who is it? Wow. Cream some young guy is funny as fuck. That was good. That's good. That was good. Good joke. Good joke, actually. That was sharp. All right. All right. Let's bring it up. So we have John Matsumoto, Ferret Basharat going after it. Minus 270 favorite status for Ferret Basharat on the money line. You have to be logical here and assume decision makes the most sense. Ferret Basharat decision. I know it's not good at minus 155, but it's the most likely. Over 2.5 at minus 400. Again, not good, but it's the most likely outcomes. Looking towards the poll, very wide towards Basharat, over 80%, which I think is reasonable. I know it's wide, but I just think it's going to happen. I think Basharat shuts down John Matsumoto's game. Decision is the one that jumps out at me. Basharat, most significant strikes, minus 200. Most takedowns, minus 12. Fuck. Minus 3.5. Basharat, I mean, it could be 29, 28. Matsumoto, plus 3.5. What do you want? You want it? If it makes it close. You like the striking props on Basharat? Lands most significant strikes is all I see. What else is there? Favored by unanimous decision. Let's see what the line is. Not worth it at minus 135. I mean, I know somebody's thinking Matsumoto pulls this one out. You want a Matsumoto decision option plus 275? Is that what you guys want? Is that what the people want? I'll put it down if that's what you want. Matsumoto decision. All right. Plus 275. All right. Let me throw the poll up now. And let's do some votes. Okay. All right. Poll is coming. Hold on. I'm getting everything copied over. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. Get your votes up in here. So my pick is the Farid Basharat decision side. That's my vote. I think he technically outpoints Jean Matsumoto. I see it, man. I really do. I think he'll look tactical and sharp from distance and pick his shots fairly well and avoid moments. Yeah. Yeah. Farid Basharat. I don't see him losing this one. Matsumoto by decision is up there, but so far, my vote is the same vote as the people. But second place right now is Matsumoto decision. 23% though, so still getting pretty heavily outdone. Ismail Bonfire. Jesus. There ain't no love for Ismail Bonfim. Kyoji a lock of the card? I think he's a lock too. Dude, the poll is not even close. I'm not going to leave it up any longer. It's like tech fall. Complete mercy ruled. Serious advantage for Farid Basharat. Oh, yeah. Farid Basharat. Kevin Holland, Yoel Alvarez. It's actually a fight that makes a lot of sense, Therese Finney. I think it's a good replacement. So Farid Basharat at minus 155 pulled off 62% of the votes and is in first place, with second place the Matsumoto decision side. Expected result. We got 4 fights left on the card, baby. Oh, shit. Now we're going big time. All right, now it's a big deal. Listen, make sure you guys run the likes up. I see we're on the cusp of 100 likes. We got 90 likes. We need more live. Smash it. I think Basharat's a lock as well. Do it. Hit the like button. Show some love to the boy. Show some love to the boy. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button too. All right? Hit that subscribe button too. You know what I'm saying? All right. All right, all right. Make some waves up in here. W chat, I appreciate you all. All right. Next fight, we got Mikhail Oleksiejczuk versus Marc-Andre Barriault. Listen, my people, I think that the side Mikhail Oleksiejczuk is the A side. He's probably getting a knockout. The money line sucks. Sucks, bro. Marc-Andre Barriault's chinny. He's 35. Oleksiejczuk 30. Oleksiejczuk, southpaw, technically sharper in the boxing, better with the hooks, more accurate. Barriault, a bruiser, a pressure style. You know what? He's Canadian. He reminds me of a fucking hockey player, just how he slugs. You can't do shit on the money line. So if you're on the betting side of the fight, you're here for PropAholics, I'm assuming you want to be. Welcome to 5-1 odds. Boo. Let me play the sound effect, actually. This is how I feel about the odds. Garbage. 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 Garbage, bro. Okay. So you ask yourself these questions. With the Mikhail Oleksiejczuk's power, does he have the ability to win by stoppage? Yes. Oleksiejczuk to win by KO makes a lot of sense to me. Problem is, UFC match this fight up and the odds makers are like, yeah, we'll give you the chance to bet it. But hey, minus 200 for the Oleksiejczuk KO. What the fuck, man? Minus 200. My God. Fight starts round 2 is minus 135. Does Barriault survive? Under 2.5 is minus 325. I honestly like that. I mean, obviously the line sucks, but I think it goes that. Yeah. Hey, we got over 100 likes up in here. Hey, W chat. Thank you guys for the likes. We got 100. You think Donchenko and Oleksiejczuk win in round 1? Round 1 KO for Oleksiejczuk. Bro, it's plus 115. It's really not even worth your fucking time. Oleksiejczuk round 1 or 2, minus 225. Oh. You got to be hoping maybe Oleksiejczuk KO round 2, you know? Fight starts round 2, minus 135. Bro, the options are terrible for this fight. My God. Fight starts round 2 at minus 135. Fight doesn't start round 3, minus 260. Fight ends in KO, minus 325. I mean, I think Oleksiejczuk by KO is the obvious lock of locks here. What do you guys think is the next prop for me to add in? What do you guys want? What do you think? What do you guys think? I feel like just KO at minus 200. Do I just do 2 prop options? We really don't have anybody picking Barriault. KO inside of 2 rounds, dude. Fight. If you pick round 1 or 2 Oleksiejczuk, you know what the line is? Minus 225. And I don't have a KO within 2 rounds available. But yeah, I mean, that could be an option. Shit. Frustration, man. Fuck. You almost missed PropAholics. Hey, you here now, Arf, my boy. Under 1.5, minus 160. I'll put minus 160 on the 1.5. Is it 165 or 160? Minus 168. Oof. That's okay. Not as good. All right. I'm throwing 3 options in the poll because that's just all we could do. And nobody's going Barriault. So Oleksiejczuk's a lock of locks. He should probably win by KO. You want round 1? I'll put, hey, listen. I'll put it just for you. Oleg KO, round 1, plus 115. Boom. There's your votes. Get them in. You got plus money on one side. But you got high likelihood of success also on a lot of sides. Under 2.5, very likely. Under 1.5, probably. Oleksiejczuk KO makes a ton of sense to me. What's Oleksiejczuk by decision? Just out of curiosity. Plus 450, Oleksiejczuk decision. Beat Modestas Bukauskas by decision in 2021. All I'm saying is this. At plus 450, if you picked Oleksiejczuk to win by decision as like a hedge, If you had Oleksiejczuk by KO in a parlay or something like that, then you threw a little Oleksiejczuk decision down. You know? Maybe. It's a possibility. You guys think I'm nuts for that? Or you see what I'm saying? It's like a hedge. The hedge option. It's not awful. It's not awful. It's not awful. Not terrible. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Apex is probably a knockout. Like, there's something to be said about don't overthink it. And in this fight, we're going to try not to overthink it. We're going Oleksiejczuk. We're going KO. I think that's what comes to be. Around 40-ish %. I love it. I think it's live. Bam. Yo, my boy Guru. We love this. I'm Guru now? That's funny as fuck, bro. They're calling me I'm Guru now, bro. Holy shit. Bono. So, Oleksiejczuk by KO pulled off a clean win at 40%. I won't stray too far from that. I think that's, a likely call. And it's like we can talk decision and this and that and the other, but at the end of the day, that's all hearsay bullshit anyways. And sometimes the best call is the obvious one. You know? I'm too nice of a soul to ever be labeled Guru. That's funny. Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks, bro. All right. Next fight on the card. Featured fight. Jailton Almeida versus Rizvan Kuniev. This is a fight where I may start a riot in the chat. I don't know. I think Rizvan Kuniev is more than live against Jailton, the smothering blanket Almeida. Rizvan should have got that decision against Curtis Blades. Rizvan's got pretty good hands. Rizvan's, I'm not saying he's the next world champ, but I got my doubts about Jailton Almeida's chin. He's a lay and pray specialist. If he can get to the back and sub Kuniev, that's obviously the best option. I just don't know with Almeida. What happens if Kuniev stops a couple of takedowns and then starts letting some hands fly? Jailton, his chin worries me a lot. I feel like Kuniev, he's kind of like a Dagestani Curtis Blades type. Maybe not as ferocious with the ground and pound, but the Curtis Blades that beat Jailton also didn't look that good. And Kuniev was able to work him. So, I thought Kuniev should have got that decision win over the side of Curtis Blades. How can I pick Jailton here, man? I have to believe in Rizvan. I did last time, and I thought I should have won. So even though I ultimately ended up losing that decision on my prediction, I want to stick with my guy that I know is going to go for it versus a Jailton who's going to look to smother, who's going to look to blanket and control, who's going to look to, lay and pray. I just don't like the chances of it. I just don't. I don't like it, bro. I'd rather stay the fuck away from it. And something is whispering in my ear and I hear it loud and clear. It's like, at the very least, stay the fuck away from Jailton. The guy doesn't throw ground and pound. He just controls. He sits on you, and that's it. I can't back a guy who's just sitting on you, and that's it. What I would rather back is a Rizvan with the chance of a knockout, a Jailton with the sus chin. I'll go for the guy with the chance of putting some hands on him. And yeah, I just don't want to bet on the side of Jailton at all. Now, do you have to go out and bet ribs on either? No, but I just don't like the Jailton side. Let's see. What's fight starts round 2? Minus 200? I think it does start round 2. I don't believe in Jailton just mauling this dude on the ground. Dagestani fighter. Made it competitive with Blades, and I thought won. Jailton, a little chinny. I like the Kuniev or pass call. Dagestan or pass. But obviously some folks like Jailton. So if you're picking Jailton, chat, I'm talking to you guys. If you're picking Jailton in the chat, how are you picking him? Submission at 2-1 odds? Decision? Jailton's going to maul him? Bro, Kuniev fights the hands pretty well, though. Kuniev KO. I think it's live. Jailton sub round 1. No respect. No respect, bro. What, you think Kuniev is just a can? A complete shit can. The Curtis Blades win or loss on the decision. The Curtis Blades fight does nothing for you? I just don't believe it. I know you want him to submit a ground, but I know, but he doesn't do it, man. I'll put a Jailton sub on there for you. Jailton sub. You want it? Plus 200? Dude, I could see Kuniev winning a decision at plus 400. Age of Wisdom here. Hey, thank you, Ron Locke. I just look at it in a very logical manner. Hey, Angelo, my guy. Thank you. Sharp Picks. Thank you, bro. Thank you for tuning in. Glad you found my page, bro. Listen, I break the fight down in a manner as such. Jailton Almeida is like explosive offensively with striking, but he's not very technically good. I mean, bro, look at the fucking bullshit that he ripped against Sergey Spivak. Yeah, he stopped him, but it was garbage. He's smotherfucking to wrestle. His stand-up, doubtful. His top game, okay. He's good at control. He hits the single. He hits the takedown. He controls the position. But he doesn't finish fights by submission against guys that are halfway decent at defense. He's willing to just lay and pray completely. Kuniev comes from a grappling base. He's a Dagestan fighter. He's 6'4". He's a full-size heavyweight. I guess I look at it like, to doubt this guy right now, at the very least, you should consider what could be done. And then I feel like on the flip side of it, I wouldn't want to bet Jailton. Even if you don't want to bet Kuniev, it's more of like, I don't have confidence in Mr. Lay and Pray. I don't like what Jailton's bringing to the table, man. I feel like people overlooking his grappling defense, shaking my head. You know, it's going to lay there and take a beating. That's the thing. Rivzan Kuniev's a grappler first. It's weird that they think he's just going to get mollywopped. I'm not saying he couldn't potentially be on his back, but let's say this. Jailton on top. What is he going to do on top? How legit are these Ilya rumors? He's fighting Gaethje soon. I saw that, but I don't know. He said he wants to fight at the White House. I saw that. So if it's the White House, well, unfortunately, it's the fucking sacrifice of Justin Gaethje, which I'd rather not do, but they probably are. Just to fuck with the whole division, I'd kind of love it if Gaethje chinned them. Just to fuck with everything. You think Almeida fix his problem from last fight? Doesn't just lay on him? Bro, but he did that against Derek Lewis. Like, that's just what he does. He doesn't throw ground and pound. He's a lay and pray specialist. He's also taking this fight on short notice as well. I like Rivzan, man. I think he's got a fighting shot. I think he can make it competitive. I think Rivzan's in this fight 100%. Bro, the show is PropAholics, bro. I'm trying to give you prop lines. Kuniev the over. I feel like fight's live to go over, but I guess I'll go Kuniev. I don't know, bro. I think Jelton's overrated as fuck. You click the safe city minus 200. I mean, bro, fight starts round 2 at minus 200 makes a ton of sense. A ton of sense. Almeida bug hugging to death. Ugh. Ugh. We might see that, but ugh. I don't want to at all. Probably Almeida for me here. Maybe sub. He's overrated, but very dominant when he gets going. I guess we'll see, man. I'm going ribs on. I'm a Jelton Almeida doubter. I picked against him when we got the Volkov decision last time, and that was my underdog. I'm going another underdog here. I'm picking the side of Kuniev. Hey, let's go, Ron Locke, my boy. Your ribs on all the way. I'm with you, SWAT. Ribs on gang, stand the fuck up. Yo, it's the ribs on army. Dude, I was surprised to hear Dana says that. I'm like, what? He's in the matchmaker meetings. He says he does that. What? I don't know, bro. Is he lying in a court of law? Like, I don't. Maybe he doesn't deal with managers directly, but he definitely has an impact on what fights happen. I think he was lying. Wow. Jelton by sub wins the poll. You guys just won't let go. Jelton's bum ass by sub. Listen, if he wins by sub, all right, God bless, but no. I think Jelton's overrated, bro. Very overrated. He's a lay and pray fighter. It's annoying as fuck to watch, too. But I think Kuniev is being a little bit underrated here. We'll see what happens. Jelton shit media is crazy. All right. All right, all right. Next fight on the card. Co-main, Amir Albazi, Kyoji Horiguchi. Dude, I think Horiguchi should style on him. Horiguchi was actually offered the Moreno fight, but he wanted to take this one. I'm assuming because he wanted the double paychecks. UFC then went ahead and did Lawner Kavanaugh, but I think Horiguchi's going to look good here. Albazi, been out for a while. He's got a history of neck injuries, and that's what forced him out of his August matchup against Tyra. I think Kyoji Horiguchi should absolutely tune him up on the feet. I think he'll look a lot faster. I think he should be able to fend off the takedowns. I think he could essentially shut Amir Albazi down, but don't be surprised if Horiguchi stops him. I don't think it's crazy to think Horiguchi hits him with the stoppage. Bro, Horiguchi would have been Lock City if I could have got plus money on it, but I couldn't, bro. So I had to just go Horiguchi's a most confident pick, bro. Horiguchi is a lock on this card for me. I think Kyoji Horiguchi can definitely find some damaging shots on the feet. I definitely see a striking advantage. I don't expect Albazi to smother fuck him and just lay and pray and take down and control. And I actually don't think it's crazy in a world that Horiguchi potentially gets Albazi out of there. Horiguchi to win inside the distance is not a great line, though. Plus 200, plus 265. The submission is plus 400. The KO is plus 525. So I don't know. I think there's a chance Horiguchi catches Albazi coming for a takedown with a nice knee. So I'll just go Horiguchi by KO as an option at plus 525. If you like Albazi on the other side, nobody seems to. What do you guys think? Decision, fight goes late. You think Horiguchi on the cards at minus 130? Do you think over 2.5? You like minus 230 there? The money line of Horiguchi sitting around minus 353. What do you guys want me to put down here? Over 2.5. Horiguchi decision, minus 130. He pulled out of the Taira fight because of neck injury, bro. Horiguchi decision, minus 130. You like round 3 or decision? That's kind of cool. Let's see. Minus 165. It's not really a good line. Horiguchi sub is 4-1 odds. Maybe a club in sub is more how I'd see it. All right. All right. All right, here we go. I got a good lineup here, man. Hey, W Ace Boogie, my guy. Thank you for $9.99. Let's not let one bad performance blind us. He's finished all but one win. Gelatin takes everyone down, and his L's to Blade was weird with him overcommitted to the takedown. We're getting shots rained down. Ace Boogie. He also went distance with Derek Lewis, to be fair. But thank you for $9.99. You're a certified savage. I'm not trying to fucking get after you. I appreciate the dono. I get what you're saying on Gelatin, by the way. I just have my doubts, and let's see if he can prove me right. He goes out and submits Kuniev. I'll shut the fuck up. Deal, Ace Boogie. Thank you for $9.99, my boy. I appreciate the generous dono. I appreciate you getting the fabulous dono train of running. Thank you, my boy. I do think Horiguchi is a good parlay piece. He's a fucking lock, bro. He's a lock. I don't see him selling this fight. No fucking way. Not this one. No. I think Horiguchi could run it with Brandon Moreno and give him a lot of problems. Kyoji Horiguchi, I feel like it's getting close to that title fight. Anyone ever been to the Apex? I'm going to go see the fights this weekend. You know, it's a brand new Apex you're getting to experience. There hasn't been any UFC events at this new meta Apex, so it should be pretty cool. They have more seats and shit. It's like a small venue now. All right. Get your votes up in here, baby. Laid on Derek Lewis for 23 minutes. It did 0 damage. Laid on Volkov 13. Did 0 damage. Tried doing the same thing to Curtis Blades before getting TKO. True. And he might get fucking tuned up here. So I'm going ribs on. You just bet Horiguchi KO at plus 600. Bro, you're live for it. You're very live for it. Inside the distance. ITD. I think it's live. Plus 525 looking real nice. Bro, let's just go like this with the thought process of a knockout win for Horiguchi here. Let's play this out in our minds. Amir Albazi, multiple neck injuries, out of fights, gets caught with a big shot, goes down. Like, it's not wild. Looks slower on the feet. Timing is off. Horiguchi looking sharp as ever, tuning him up, chopping the leg apart, catches him with a big knee up high. Albazi panic wrestling, gets his shit rocked. I think it's a possibility. Is it a lock? Absolute knockout? No, but it's possible. And possibility is a beautiful thing. At the end of the day, it's possible. I'll let the poll keep running. I'll let the poll keep running, and running. And running. Bana, bana, bana. KO over sub, both decent odds. I don't know. I feel called to KO. I think sub is possible. I feel called to KO. I don't know, chat. There's something calling KO, but I think like I get decision. Don't get it twisted. I get decision. You're not wild for it. It's not like no way. No, like decision makes sense. But I don't know, man. Well, there's someone just whispering in my ear, bro. Stoppage possibility. Amira's pretty good grappling. I like Kyoji by KO, right? Especially him getting touched up on the feet. KO came in third place at plus 525. It was 21%. So there was still some strong votes for it in the chat, which I respect a lot. You guys are savages for getting those votes in. Thank you guys for voting. Thank you. The vote is everything, man. And we're about to get to the main event. I got to prepare for the main event. I'm going to have to take a minute break here before the main event. Moreno did beat his ass. All right. All right. The poll is running. And we're about to get to the props. We're about to get to it, baby. All right. We're about to get to it, man. I'm taking a sip of my drink. And I want to remind you guys, members stream after this. Not after this, like right now, but after this show. A little PropAholics after hours type of show. Should be a good time. Should be a vibe. Should be a vibe and a half. Don't make me cry, Swerve, if you're going the other way. What the fuck, man? What the fuck, man? All right. It's time. The main event at UFC Vegas 113. Let's get in depth with the props, man. But before we do, make sure you guys smash that like button. Thank you to everybody watching. We've been live over 2 hours and 7 minutes, and we're at the main event. So thank you for rocking with me on this week's PropAholics episode. And if you're new to the channel, you haven't tuned into the other content, be sure that you do. Hit that subscribe button as well. So Mario Bautista, Vinicius Oliveira. Battle-tested Mario Bautista, who ultimately fell short in the top contender chance or close to it against Umar Nurmagomedov, versus the surging contender on the rise and really the prospect of 2025 in Vinicius Oliveira. W to Let's Be Serial for becoming a new member. I appreciate you. My prediction for the fight is lock dog. Vinicius Oliveira is a guy that I've been picking as an underdog on the way up. I feel as though his unorthodox approach to striking could certainly cause some issues for Mario Bautista, who's more of a traditionalist. Now, absolutely, Mario Bautista is a difficult fight. Absolutely. Good jab on the outside. Good 1-2. Good leg kicks. Good movement. Good takedowns. Vinicius Oliveira is very large for the weight class, and a lot of people knock his gas tank. I think they're going to be, unfortunately, proven wrong. Vinicius Oliveira has the chaotic, wild style on his side in this matchup, which could land him the perfect strike that ends the fight. How does his gas tank fare in the later stages? We're going to find out everything. I guess I believe in the faith that Vinicius Oliveira's gas tank has gotten better. I saw the improvements against Phillips last time. I expect his relentless and awkward striking style to cause for some serious connections on the chin of Mario Bautista. And I feel as though Vinicius Oliveira, when it's all said and done, will have more damaging moments throughout this fight and a live possibility to be the one getting it on the cards, and maybe even a knockout against an absolute volume machine in Mario Bautista. But Vinicius Oliveira is kind of a wild man with volume too. I think Vinicius, if you don't threaten him with power strikes, he doesn't stop chasing. He doesn't stop walking you down. He doesn't stop throwing bombs, and he gets up in your face and makes it nasty. And I just don't love the chances of Mario Bautista, first thing, surviving all 5 rounds with the wild man, but at the very least, not getting stung at some point by Vinicius Oliveira, a fighter who throws caution to the wind, seemingly blessed with great reflexes, very good eyes, good timing on his overhand shots. A unique style that only works for a freak athlete is exactly what Vinicius Oliveira is. I think Vinicius Oliveira is going to get this one. I've been going with the ballsy dog, but it's not because he's a dog. It's because I really think Vinicius Oliveira is a bit of a different animal. Mario Bautista is a tactician, and he's got good boxing output and volume, but he also hasn't gone the 5 rounds either. He hasn't done the full 5 either. How does he do in the full 5 here? How does he deal with the relentless Vinicius Oliveira style? Now, if you are on Mario Bautista, I think I know what you're thinking. Decision, shuts down the game, mixes in some takedowns, and pulls this one out. If you're on the side of Oliveira, I think you're thinking, hey, possibility of a KO for sure, plus 450. But where I think people might be mistaken is that Vinicius isn't a 5-round fighter. I think that he's going to do good over 5. I think he can win a decision. I'm not under the assumption that he can't work for 5 rounds, especially if he's just allowed to dictate the pressure and pace here. And if he's not stung by big shots and he's fending off the takedowns. Oliveira looks sloppy in his last fight. I don't know. Bro, his style is fucking chaotic and it's dirty and it's wild and it's not technically sharp or clean. That's not what he does. Thank you for the $2 another day at the dock. I understand the Mario Bautista prediction side as well. I see this fight from a logical perspective. It's who implements the game. Can Mario Bautista find some precise straight shots? Force Vinicius Oliveira to have to be at least slightly cautious, closing distance in the reckless manner that he chooses to do. Can Mario Bautista hit the takedowns? Because if he can, that changes things. Mario looking to smother him up against the cage. Here's why I don't think it works as well. Vinicius Oliveira is very large for the weight class and very physically strong for the weight class. I'm excited to see the weigh-ins here. Hopefully we got everybody on point, no misses. Let's say something crazy. Vinicius Oliveira comes in at 138.5 and then knocks Mario Bautista out. Is it wild? Thoughts on my earlier take being Walmart version of Khalil versus Yuri Prohashka? That's crazy. I'm not even saying Walmart, bro. Mini size Timu. His chin is there to get hit, but a competent pro. Thank you for the 2 another day at the dock. His reflexes are what carry him, bro. He's got very good head movement. He sees shots at a high rate. Vinicius Oliveira also, his hands being lower, that is going to stop some of the takedowns. Of course, I think Mario is going to be at him with some straights, specifically the jab. Vinicius coming with wild shots over the top. I think Bautista should look to clinch him a lot. I think that Oliveira could showcase his physicality in that clinch. And, you know, what happens? He potentially puts Mario Bautista on his back. I get the Vinicius side and I get the Mario side. I'm going to be on the Vinicius side. Bro, it's insane. Vinicius Oliveira, he was like 164 on fucking Saturday, bro. Freaky at the weight class. Cuts a ton of weight. Now, you can worry about the gas, but let's say he's the freak that can pull it off, weight bully style. Could have the physicality edge over a Mario Bautista who's normally physically stronger. Hey, W, Daryl. No, bro. Here bringing the heat. I'm here all night, bro. Here all night. Listen, the chat is picking Bautista. They're going against me. Understood. Understood, bro. Big J on the Oliveira side. I am, bro. I think he can do it. I really do. And I think Vinicius Oliveira is going to look better than he ever has. I feel like he's fucking beast of a prospect. I love me some Vinicius Oliveira, chat. Let me tell you. Vinicius Oliveira is one of my favorites, dude. Wild ass Brazilian, man. over rounds. What do we got? Over 2.5 minus 200. I do think it's live to over 2.5. I think that where I'm against the masses that maybe you're thinking Vinicius wins is that he only has the knockout shot. I think Vinicius can get a decision, but I do think he'll land a nasty flying knee to the face. A big punch could drop Mario Bautista. It's a big ground and pound. Bro, give me the underdog. My guy Vinicius Oliveira is my call, chat. Can't pick someone who cuts that much weight, throws heavy shots. Mario, more proven, technical. I guess here's my argument against Mario Bautista. What's his biggest win? Jose Aldo, kind of controversial decision. Patchy Mix decision, and then he lost to Umar. Hey, fucking Bexat. He gave a decent fight to Umar, and then he got destroyed when he fought little big bro Taporia. So I don't know, man. Thank you for the $2 another day. The doc weight bully gets slapped hands down because brutal KO. Mario don't have the power for it. And bro, I thought the Blackshear fight could have went Blackshear's way. I thought the Blackshear fight was his, and that was a short notice fill-in. I think Vinicius Oliveira is live to show out, but at the end of the day, when the cage door closes, when we know for sure. But I'm going to believe in Vinicius. I think he's live for the knockout. I think he's live for the decision. Mario super competitive with Umar. Yeah. I push back against super competitive, surviving against Umar. But he still lost every round. Stoppage Oliveira can't go against my gut. I think it's live, dude. Flying knee to the chin. Can you imagine? I think it's about time your boy gets a nice underdog in the main event. I think this is the one. I've been planning this pick for a while. I'm not straying against my original call. I could feel it coming from a mile away. Oh, yeah. Keep running the votes up in the poll. How many votes we got? Not enough. Vote, man. If you're watching and not voting, it's almost as bad as watching and not liking, which some of you are doing. Hit the likes. Hit the likes. They're true, though, Swerve. But the thing is, Umar's just trying to wrestle him. He's going to be getting punched in the fucking face by a wild-ass Brazilian here coming with heavy shots. Sometimes the best way to beat technical is chaotic. And that's what Vinicius Oliveira is. Oliveira flying knee. Could you imagine 20 seconds in? We need a nice knockout. We've had 2 back-to-back decision main events. It'd be nice to have a good KO. Oliveira's power, how would I rate it? Hits hard, but he swings a lot of wild shit. It's got to connect clean. I definitely think he has power, though. I don't think you should look at, some decisions. I mean, Kyler Phillips ran from him the whole time. Dude's got 16 knockout wins. So a possibility of them mixing it up and, the side of Mario Bautista being caught on the chin. He got knocked out versus Trevin Jones, then uppercut. I don't know. Here, maybe you're right, but versus Pop, he's getting slept. Thank you for the $2. When you say versus Pop, you mean Sean O'Malley or who? Piotr Jan? Damn, Vinny by decision. Now I'm in Labyrinth. Great take, Jay. Hey, thank you, Ron Locke. It's a good fight, man. It's a competitive fight. It's a fight where you can argue both sides till you're blue in the fucking face. And the best thing about it, we get to find out when the cage door closes, man. It isn't just theory. We get to put that theory to the test on Saturday. And that's what I fucking love about this sport. Because we can talk all this shit against each other, and then ultimately we're going to know for sure on Saturday. We're going to say, okay, shit, that was the call. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, man. I think at the apex, the small cage, maybe that favors the chaos of Vinicius Oliveira. Listen, Vinicius Oliveira, I feel like he's due for a finish. He's due for a finish, man. Vinicius Oliveira does have 2 knockouts at the Apex. Let me just say, that's why your show is awesome. Love the PropAholics. Hey, thank you, Fresh, today. Let me just say, Vinicius Oliveira has 2 KOs at the Apex. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We shall find out. We know all when the cage door closes. I don't think Mario Bautista is motherfucking him. And let me tell you, Vinicius Oliveira representing Brazil, carrying the Jose Aldo legacy on his back with that shit. Now, I'm looking at the people's props, and I'm thinking a people's prop parlay. And I want to give you one that comes from yours with confidence, with mine, with confidence. I'm not going to chase the crazy odds. Yes, Fresh today, I'll do the recap for you. Hold on, let me finish out. All right, so Donchenko KO, right? And then y'all think 100% Oleksiejczuk KO is everybody, right? Plus 150 for the double KO, right? But now you want to get a little fucking crazy with it. Is it that crazy? Maybe not as crazy, but Basharat by decision. I think we're all on the same side here. Basharat on the judges' scorecards to go out and show out if I can find it. Plus 358. Those are confident props from the masses here. And then if you want to make it like spicier and go a little crazier with it, you could add in, which you could just go money line Ketlin Souza, but it's PropAholics. The chat voted Ketlin Souza decision. Decision for Souza plus 907, right? And then if you said, fuck it, I think Cong Wang's going to get a decision too. She goes out and she wins by head kick KO then. Cong Wang decision, now you got plus 1964. A little wild style. So to run through the prop slate of what you guys have been thinking, okay, is Cachoeira KO in first place for the first fight of the night at 39%. Wikłacz sub at 41% for the second fight. Wang by decision at 54%. There's no props available for the Basharat new fight yet. Souza decision, 44% at plus 105. Over 1.5 in the Veretennikov fight. Donchenko by KO, 56%. Jacoby KO at 71, though I'm on the other side. Basharat decision, Farid, 62. Oleksiejczuk KO, 40%. Fight starts round 2. No, excuse me. Jailton by sub at 41%. And then Horiguchi by decision at 39. And then Bautista by decision at 35 with Oliveira KO at 30. So I don't want to go like contrarian side where we're back and forth on certain things for a little proppy parlay. I wanted to go with, what we kind of more so agree upon, where the agreement lies at the forefront is, I think, where the best things come together. You know what I'm saying, guys? So I talked about it earlier. I am doing a members stream after this one. I'm going to be doing members J. I'm going to do essentially members live Q&A, but like a PropAholics after hours. We can keep talking the fights if you want. You can bring up whatever you want. It should be a good chat, man. Should be a good banter. I hope you guys have enjoyed this stream. All right. The members stream is about to start. If you are considering going DGen prop in some parlays, unfortunately, my favorite is Donchenko KO, Basharat decision, and Oleksiejczuk KO, which sucks. You add in Souza decision and Cong Wang decision. Now you got some spice. And then you kind of got to take risks in other areas if you want to go prop heavy on fights that maybe the likelihood of success feels like, it's riskier. But Horiguchi by KO, now I got plus 14,000. Here you go. Versus higher likelihood of chance is Horiguchi, outworks Albazi, wins the decision. Now you're at plus 3,000. Okay. We'll continue this conversation in the member stream. The member stream is going to start in 1 minute. If you are not a member, become a member. Join the member stream. Join the members only Discord. Bless the boy with your support. All right. I hope you guys have enjoyed another savage episode of PropAholics. I had a good time. hanging out with you guys for the past 2 hours, 24 minutes, bringing the usual heat, the usual thunder. The website, it was Fight Odds and Best Fight Odds. Those are the two sites that I was using. Those are where the magic happens, bro. Those are the ones. Make sure you guys hit the likes before you leave. If you're watching for the first time, sub it up. And yeah, members, man. Let's have a good chat. Members is coming in 15 seconds, bro. The countdown on the screen. Ba-dum. Hey, I got to bless y'all with the members on a Thursday. Little early PropAholics Thunder with a members stream. Call me Savage J for life. Love y'all.